Try to start it. So it has power, which is crazy to me. I'm gonna start dismantling it and I'll show you exactly my process. We're gonna do it piece by piece together. Look at that, are you kidding me? So these are the parts that we pulled from this first door. Welcome back to today's video. This is part 2 of us disassembling this 2023 Ford Escape ST. We're gonna get into dismantling today. So if you haven't seen the first video, go watch the first one and catch up with what we got going on today. I unloaded most of what's in the back of my truck from the auction. This is the engine, I think transmission right there. I mean, this thing's cooked. Toasted. All the stuff from the front end of this car, basically right here. And then I lowered it down. We're gonna get to cleaning. So let me catch you up to speed. Right now, what I wanna do is take out all the garbage, all the trash that was left in the car from the accident. And just to get a clean environment, just to see what we're working with. That way we can get to all the parts that we're gonna harvest off this thing. I didn't talk too much about it, so I just wanted to come on here and make sure you know exactly what's going on. It's kind of crazy to think that this was once a really nice vehicle and now it's absolutely trashed. We got some of the garbage out of here, most of it. I'm still gonna give it a vacuum, but it got me thinking because I found the battery in the front seat, just laying in front of on the floorboard. Clearly the battery terminal is ripped off here. Now it's a long shot, but I'm gonna try to hook up the battery because there's no way to actually open the trunk like manually. There's no manual release on the inside. I looked and there's no manual release on the outside. Just have the reverse camera and stuff. It's all electronic. So I'm gonna try to hook up the battery and see what happens. You're not gonna believe me. No engine, half the wiring ripped out of this thing. Vice grip holding the terminal on. Check this out. Trunk opens. It did. Well, it doesn't anymore, but it did. I'm gonna look into that in a sec. Hold on. Dare I get in this thing? 30,000 miles. Oh, snap. Wipers are on. Look at that, the screen works. I actually thought it was cracked. Turns out it's just a scratch. That's not bad at all. Look at that. It's not liking anything in here. Let's try this button. Says the trunk's open. Nice. I'm impressed. I'm blown away actually. Stuff's working back here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's just the motor's wasn't working. I had it open once. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Nice. We're going golfing today. I think I got it figured out. Ready? Boom. Everything works like it should. About to start this thing up. This thing's sick though. Nice SUV if it was running, but of course it's not. Try to start it. Nothing. Dead. Transmission not in park. Well, I don't think it's going into park. There's no transmission. All right, let's get this thing cleaned out. Test a few things. You think anything works? Hold on. Shift to park. Hey, look at that. I can test the windows. Let's see. Back when the switch has got a bunch of crap in it. Of course. But lock, unlock. It all works. So it has power, which is crazy to me. I can't believe it, honestly. It blows me away that it could be missing so much stuff and still have like power to open the rear trunk and like power up all these features. But it does, and that leaves us in a better position because now we can actually test some things to see what works, what doesn't, and we actually know like some things that we won't be able to sell and some things we will be able to sell. We'll be able to test all the electronics. I was hoping that the screen was good from the pictures, the auction photos. It still does have some sort of like, I don't know, scratching, maybe slight chipping. It's kind of hard. I'm not sure what these little balls are in there. That's weird. But I'll have to dig those out. But honestly, it looks pretty good. I might try to sell it at a discount. We still have a lot of parts in this thing. Each door has, you know, a window motor, wiring harness, door handle, door actuator, all these electronics, the amp, like every single thing in this thing, the tailgate motors, everything's gonna sell. These tail lights, I'm not even worried about it. I think we're gonna make some decent money on this car. I'm gonna start dismantling it, and I'll show you exactly my process. We're gonna do it piece by piece together. You're gonna see exactly how to take this thing apart. The first thing that I wanna do is test everything, so as much as I can. So all these switches, the window switches, the door locks, make sure the windows go up, the actuators work, the steering wheel controls, the speedometer, all the HVAC stuff. Anything I can test, absolutely anything. Up top, the overhead console, the rear stuff, whatever electronic I could possibly test. Even as far as turning on the radio, seeing if all the speakers work and things like that. I don't think any of these seats are really gonna be salvageable, but who knows, you never know. It's not what I'm after anyway, but you just never know. We're gonna go after every little thing. So the switches, it just in one door alone with the glass. There's no glass on this one. I bet you out of the passenger door has the glass, has the mirror, we'll get at least $1,000 just from all the interior stuff, and not including the door shell itself. So 4 doors, you know, plus the tailgate. The tailgate alone is $1,000, and then each taillight. This one's bad. This one's good. This is a $300 taillight. The ones on the trunk I think are like $200 each. And we have everything. We have wiring. We have the door actuator. There's a little button we're going to sell probably for like $30. We'll see. Where I like to start, I'll kind of run you through my process real quick. So I like to start, I get the car up, whether it's on jack stands or I have a lift now, so that's great. But get the car up. I like to start with the doors. So I'm going to remove all the guts from the doors. I like to sell them all individually, especially on this vehicle where most of these doors are bad. I think maybe we have one good door. Wiring, the switch, literally the window motor, the actuator, everything we can find in there, we're gonna remove it to sell it. And then once we have all the doors removed and gutted, then we'll have a car we have easy access to the interior, right? So from there, I'm gonna vacuum everything, remove the seats, and then we can start dismantling the interior. You know, we have all kinds of modules, the dash, and behind the dash, there's all kinds of even fuse boxes and things like that. All that stuff, we're gonna sell and we're gonna make some money. So we also have the tailgate. We'll see, I might save that for later, but usually I do it with all the doors, and then I'll do the tailgate and then the interior. After that, I usually move on to the engine and removing all that. The reason I do this, let me explain my process, is because if you remove the engine first and then you go do the interior, chances are you're super dirty, you're filthy, and you don't want to get like your interior super dirty, considering this one is immaculate. So these are the parts that we pulled from this first door. Keep in mind, this is a damaged door. So we didn't have this B-pillar molding here. I typically sell really well. They sell really well for me. This exterior window molding, the mirror, the glass. We have some damaged parts. The door check, so the strap that holds the door open, and also the door hinges. I don't want to mess with these on this door because they're probably tweaked. I don't want to sell any tweaked parts. So this is what we have. I actually went ahead and I went on eBay and I looked up all the sold listings, not just what people have them listed for, but the sold ones, and I wrote them down for you, and I'll go through and actually tell you exactly what everything is selling for, real sold prices. So this door actuator, $200 is what it's selling for. The door cable, $40. The window motor, $50. The regulator without the motor, so just the window regulator, $200. The switch, the door switch, $80. The impact sensor right there, that little sensor, easy. It's gonna cost me $4 to ship. Cost $30 on eBay. Sold listings. The door handle itself, cheap, $30 or $35, sorry. Speaker, $40. What else? The wiring harness up here is actually $50. The panel itself, which this is a good panel, it just needs to be cleaned up. Good panel, no switch, no handle. I'm still gonna sell it for a total of $180. The interior window molding, so there's the exterior one on the outside. We're selling the interior one, only $30 on that one, maybe even 25 is what they're kind of selling for, down to even 20. But whatever, we'll sell it for 30, I bet, if we keep it for a little longer. I also went ahead and I looked up, hold on, before I continue, that's $935 for what we have in sold parts. So if we would have had everything else, like I have the exterior door handle was $130. So if we had the door handle, it was scratched and just damaged beyond selling. The molding, this exterior molding here, this one down here, the window stripping, that was $100. The mirror itself, so we had a damaged mirror. We didn't even have a mirror. The mirror is gone. That's also, it ranges from $150 to $350, so let's just say $220 sold on that one. The hinges would have went for $60 just for the hinges. And then the glass, another $150. I forgot to account for, hold on, that's a total of $660 for all the parts that we don't have. So another additional $660. So that's over $1,500 in parts off one door. And that's not including also this B-pillar molding, probably another, I'd say, easily $50 to $80 on that one. I sell them all the time. And then the door itself, they're selling for anywhere from like, I don't know, up to $1,000. So you'll see a lot of complete doors, but I've sold doors even hollowed out with nothing on them for the same price as a complete door. That's why I gut the doors. And sometimes I will list them cheaper. In this case, I'm not listing this one, but if I gut them and they are good and I list them cheaper, a lot of times that's better for me because I can sell all these parts, and then it's better for the customer. It's cheaper for them. So I don't mind doing that all the time. If I have the same vehicle come in, I could potentially sell a door from one vehicle not complete and a door from the other one complete. You know, you have the best of both worlds. So that's what we have. I did the math. So we have all these parts. So $1,600 worth of parts on this door. Not including the door. The door is bad. It's dented. So all of this with the glass. Actually, I didn't even include this pillar molding. This one's good too. So that's going to be literally $1,600. And eBay's going to take us roughly, with fees, with shipping, we're going to pay about 30%. So it's going to be a 70% return in profit off the sale. And that's going to, I did the math. That's $1,116.50 off one door. Okay? We have 4 doors. 4 doors, and the other ones are more complete. We have the tailgate still. And we didn't even get into the interior. I can't imagine what some of this other stuff, even behind the dash, is going to cost. So we're going to definitely profit on this car. If you were wondering the real numbers, that's what we got. And this is kind of the parts that come from one door, minus all the other things that I mentioned. So I'd say that's pretty good. Let me know what you think. As you can see though, the stack of money is adding up from each door, from the tailgate. We have all these parts. There's a bunch underneath there you saw me take off. Yep, we're even gonna sell the spare tire. Those sell great. So basically this is where I'm at. I got the doors off. I stripped the rear hatch. I wanna get the rear hatch off, but I need to get to the wiring, which goes into the roof here, which I could just peel this back, but which I might do. But basically I wanna start getting this interior paneling off the back here while I'm here, and just start getting this harness out of here. And then we'll move on to the interior. But as you can see, just to even get this piece, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to pull the seats out, and that way I'll have everything ready to go. That way this piece can slip out because it's kind of connected over there. It might not be connected, but it's kind of wedged in the way with that seat belt and the seat. So I'll just go ahead and we'll start with doing the seats. Probably need to just give it a vacuum. I'd like to do it once the seats are out, but this thing is so filthy that I think I need to do it now. Just kind of get a quick vacuum. If I need to, I can vacuum a little bit more later, once the seats are out. But let's go ahead. We'll get it vacuumed. We'll get the seats out. Who knows how this seat is going to come out, honestly. The power wasn't working for the seat, and it's kind of trashed in there. So we'll see if I can get to all the bolts. That'll be nice. If not, I'll have to come up with something clever just to get that seat out. Even these little trim pieces that cover the bolts for the seat that mount it, we'll sell all of these even. I sell everything. Every little part. I mean, there might be some stuff that I don't sell that I kind of have an idea of already what doesn't sell. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. If I see something, I'll let you know. But I sell everything. Even you could probably sell the bolts off this seat that hold it to the floor, and I bet you those will sell. So in order to maximize profit, you might want to look at doing that. And trust me, everything sells, and everything sells for the right price. It's not perfect, but I don't need perfect. I'm not saving this rug by any means. I just want to get most of that glass and dirt out of here. That way when I'm crawling up inside here to remove all the interior, I'm not, getting shards of glass cutting me open anywhere or anything like that. I'm probably going to start by removing the center console. You could honestly start anywhere if you wanted to start in the back, on the sides, whatever. But to remove the dash, I'm going to have to remove the center console. And then we'll go from there. So we'll see what we need to remove before removing the actual dash. I might have to remove like the pillars, things like that. But pretty straightforward here on out. We're just going to start unbolting things. Okay, this is where we're at. So I just want to point out one thing. As I'm removing the dash, a lot of times I'll remove this dash, let's call it the dash pad. It's basically the whole dashboard, but without the metal bar behind it. You can see how it's separate. It actually even cracked from the accident. But in this case, I think it's mounted in such a way that I have to remove it. So they did design it to be removed all as one piece. But I think I'm gonna have to get in here, and there might be bolts through the firewall here. So I'm actually gonna get started on this section. And if there's nothing there, then I know I won't have to fight anything. But there's no sense in fighting the dash, trying to pull it out if there's a bolt behind the firewall that's just holding it up the whole time. And either way, I'm gonna have to remove the AC line here. That way it could slide all the way through. And then some other things that are connected through the firewall, I'll just have to disconnect those while I'm here. This is exactly what I was talking about. 2 bolts over here, 1 right there, holding on the dash from the firewall side. So it saved us a lot of wrestling to get this dash out. I'm glad I took that extra time now just to go and rip the cowl off and take a look and see what we got. So I don't have to waste any more time. Now we can probably come back to the dash and just try to rip that out, see what we can pull from here. I doubt the dash is good. I mean, it is split kind of like I said there, but that's not a big deal. You can still probably sell it, but I'm more worried about even the glass shards because they tend to cut up the dash. So that's just something to keep in mind. Pro tip, like if you're gonna buy a smashed car with a smashed windshield, keep in mind that the dash might actually get kind of ruined with all the glass shards. Awesome. Let me show you guys around. I think we're basically done. Obviously, I didn't have an engine to remove, so that was kind of quick on my part. But check this out. This is kind of what's left. So I'm still going to just do a quick run through. I'm going to take the hinges that aren't bent. I'm going to take these door lock strikers, still the seal on the door jamb. I'm going to try to cut that glass out with I just use a utility knife. I go along the inside and cut it out. I know there's better tools, but I might take this heat shield still, take a peek underneath. I don't think I'm going to sell any of the suspension, even though this side looks like it might be good. I'm not going to risk it, I don't think. There's no use selling somebody some bent stuff. But just like I said, those hinges, the striker, we'll peek underneath, grab probably the fuel tank. I don't think I'm going to record that because there's really nothing else underneath there. But yeah, this is it. All this other crap, we just kind of leave it. I'm going to leave it just because there's no use. Nobody's going to buy that little shield. And if they are, they're not buying it from me. I don't think I'm going to sell it. It's not worth it. The camera off the windshield, man, there's tons and tons of good parts. The carpet we're not selling. It's disgusting. A lot of this we're not selling, but even off, here's the pieces of the engine transmission. I'm going to sell everything. I'm going to sell this dipstick. I'm going to sell the oil cap, the valve cover, the coils, any kind of sensor I can find. Same thing off the transmission. Whatever is good, I'm going through this little pile real quick and I'm selling stuff. That brake caliper is good. So I'm going to squeeze any bit of money I can get out of here. The wiring, you saw me cutting it. Most of it is bad. So I just ended up cutting it, except for in the doors. As you can see, this crazy pile of stuff. This is a dash. I'm going to run through it quick. There's some modules and stuff in there. All kinds of stuff. But the wiring, I'm going to scrap. I'm going to just take it to the scrapyard. They're going to give me copper. All kinds of interior pieces and parts and modules. Let me know if you guys want me to do a video on like what ends up being listed and how much value we have listed, because we got all kinds of parts. It's a mess right now, but I'm gonna clean it up. Typically, let me show you. Typically, I store it on this cart, and then my brother who works with me, he's gonna photograph it. But this is off another vehicle. He just hasn't had time. I actually went ahead. I'm using this cart. I have 2 of these, but obviously it's not enough because we got all this crap on the ground, and I absolutely hate it. But I ordered another cart. It just hasn't come in yet, or I haven't put it together yet. So once I put it together, I'm just gonna pick all this stuff up off the ground, even today yet, before he even gets a chance to clear that one out. That way I have it nice and clean. Let me know if you guys like this type of content, seeing kind of what I'm doing, seeing firsthand the dismantling process. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what else you want to see. If you want to see that listed value or any other video ideas, I just want to help people. I want to show what I'm doing. I want to record the journey. So thanks for watching.